you know that that product is very, very moisturizing for your hair. So quick tip. Y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sidney, and if you're new, then welcome. So you guys, I'm back with another video today, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys the do's and don'ts of natural hair. And I know y'all are probably like, girl, you got weave when you talk about natural hair, but y'all know I'm natural. I've been natural pretty much all my life. I've never had a perm. I've never had anything like a perm. High school, I want to say, that's when I really like started paying attention to my hair, feeding my hair, you know, just started being good to my hair. So today I'm bringing you guys my do's and don'ts of natural hair, pretty much for anyone who has natural hair. I'm not gonna say curly hair because not all natural hair is curly. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell so you'll be notified every time that I post. Let's just get into the video. I've been doing my natural hair for a few years now, so I kind of know, I'm not gonna say I know everything, but I know a lot. And these tips are pretty common. It's what you should know if you are natural. And I know some of y'all have probably been natural but never heard of some of these tips, and that's totally okay. But like, you hearing them now, girl, so okay. So I'm gonna do my do's first. That sounds so weird, but I'm gonna do my do's first, and then I'm gonna go on to my don'ts. And they kind of go hand in hand with each other, because like, do this but don't do that, or like, don't do this but do this, you know, like whatever. So the first tip on my list is really to wash or shampoo your hair once a week, every week. As y'all may know, if you're natural, then you know that shampoo strips your hair of its moisture. So that's why I say typically do it once a week. One of the main benefits for me is it gets all that gunk and like all the dried up product that I've been having in my hair all week. It gets all of that out of my hair and it completely cleans my hair. So that's why I do like to shampoo. I do know some people who don't shampoo their hair, so if you're one of those people, no offense to you, keep doing you. But I like to shampoo my hair because it gets all of that, just all of that old product out of my hair, so that my hair can be squeaky clean. My next tip is to detangle your hair while you're conditioning, or just use some kind of detangler when detangling your hair. And this is very important. So if you've ever tried to detangle your hair while it's dry, you know that it can be so hard, and you're basically causing yourself more trouble trying to detangle your hair while it's dry or while nothing is in it, versus you using some type of product, some type of conditioner to detangle your hair. It's very much easier to detangle while you have some product in your hair. I like to use the All Moist conditioner to detangle my hair. That conditioner makes my hair so soft, and like after I shampoo it, it just brings all the softness and all the moisture back into my hair. So that's why I love it. My hair typically doesn't get tangled that much. I have 3B/3C type hair, and my hair is on the thinner side. It's not really that thick, so I don't really have problems with detangling unless I go like weeks without washing my hair, or like if I have a protective style and I take it out. You know, I like to keep my protective styles in for about a month. So yes, make sure you use a conditioner or a detangler when detangling your hair. It's so much easier. It'll save you so much time, and you're gonna thank me later, okay? So while we're talking about conditioners, it's very important to deep condition once a week. It's a very tremendous step in my like hair process, in my natural hair process. Didn't know I did dye my hair when I was in high school. I forgot what grade, but I dyed my hair blue and I had to bleach it, and it just totally like messed up my hair pattern, messed up my curl pattern. My hair was a mess, okay? The deep conditioner that I mainly used was the hair mayonnaise, and y'all, it's from the dollar store. It's only about $3, and it literally saved my hair, you guys. Like, it's such a good product. One of my favorite things to do in my natural hair routine is to deep condition. I love it, and I love trying new deep conditioners. So if you're natural and you have a deep conditioner that you use and that nobody really knows about, then please put me on, because I love trying new things. And you can really see a difference after you deep condition your hair. Like, your hair is much more softer, it's shinier, and sometimes your wash and goes or your style for that week, sometimes they last so much longer after deep conditioning. So my next tip is to use oils, and this can be from any oil that you think. It can literally be coconut oil, jojoba oil, growth oil, hydration oil, softening oil. It can be literally anything, but you need oil in your hair, okay? When you use oil, it adds hydration, it adds moisture, and it even locks in the moisture that you use from your styling product or whatever it is. But one thing I will say, if you do have a more finer hair texture like mine, then don't use a lot of oil. I know my limit because it can be very heavy on my hair. So very good to use oils after you moisturize your hair, because that just seals in all that moisture. It's not going in. The next tip kind of goes hand in hand with my previous one, and it is to keep your hair moisturized all the time, okay? All the time. And you can do this by just adding water in your hair every single day. You can use conditioners, you can use leave-in conditioners, you can use stylers, you can even mix some of your own conditioners and water in your hair and just like spray it in your hair every day before you style. Your natural is very important to keep your hair moisturized, because moisture equals growth, okay? And when you're not moisturizing your hair is just brittle and it's dry and it's not gonna grow, and it's just so much trouble to deal with. So that's why it's always good to keep your hair moisturized, okay? Tip is to trim your ends frequently, and when I say frequently, everybody has their own definition, but mine is about every 6 months. Hair once a year, right? And before I straighten my hair, I always trim my hair. Trimming your hair allows your hair to grow, and when you don't trim your hair just grows and you have those brittle ends, and your hair can't grow with brittle ends, so that's why it's good to trim your hair. Trimming your hair, using those oils, keeping your hair moisturized, that's all tips to hair growth, so make sure you are doing those things if you want your hair to grow. My last do is to work in sections, and that's so important, because when you have natural hair, it's not good to put so much tension on your hair, and it's not good to be rough with your hair. And working in sections allows you to not like overwork your hair, if that makes sense. It's just a lot easier, and don't get me wrong, it is time consuming, but I mean, you get what you put in, so you just want to work in sections. It's easier and it does take time, but it's worth it. So moving on to my don'ts of natural hair, and y'all may have heard some of these, like some of these are so common, but I just wanted to again get on here and tell you guys just in case y'all didn't know. So my first is very common, and it is to not use heat often. If you have natural hair, then stay away from heat. Like, throw your heating tools away, throw your blow dryer away, throw your flat iron away. Like, just get rid of the heat, because when you're natural, it can be frustrating and you can miss your straight hair, you know. Don't do it, y'all. Don't fall for it, because it can be very detrimental to your hair. But I use heat typically like once a year. Like I said earlier, I flat iron my hair like once a year in the winter, of course. And when I do, I go get it professionally done by my cousin, and she knows what she's doing, so she knows that my hair is natural. She doesn't use high heat. She uses heating protectant. So you can do that if you do get your hair straightened, but try not to use too much heat in your hair, because it can damage your curls and your curl pattern. The next tip is to not use harsh chemicals in your hair, and that's specifically new hair products, or when you try new hair products. Stay away from chemicals, stay away from perms, of course. And when you read the ingredients, if the product that you're interested in, if it has too many chemicals in it, then stay away from it, okay? Because it's obviously not good for your hair. That goes with sulfates. Make sure you want to go towards products that's more like vegan friendly, and products that have good chemicals, not bad. If you don't know what those chemicals are, then you can always just look them up. I don't know, I take pride in my natural hair, so I feel like it's worth it. The research is worth it. Don't go getting products that is most talked about, is most raved about, because those products are not always the best product. Do your research and don't use too many harsh chemicals. Next tip would be to not overwash your hair, and when I say that, I mean wash your hair more than twice a week. Like I said earlier, shampooing strips your hair of that moisture, so when you wash your hair, the more you wash your hair, the more drier your hair gets and the more brittle your hair gets. So it's very important to not shampoo your hair more than twice a week. I can understand if you go like swimming or something, and if you just wash your hair on Sunday, if you go swimming like Thursday, I can understand that, but try not to wash your hair more than twice a week, because it can damage your hair. So my next tip is to be very gentle with your hair, and I think I said this earlier in the video, but it's very important to be gentle with your hair. You don't want to be too rough with it. You don't want to just do anything with it. It can cause breakage, and when you have breakage, your hair doesn't grow. You should just always be gentle with your hair, because your hair will thank you. Next tip kind of goes hand in hand with this tip, and it is to not dry your hair with a regular towel. Typically use a microfiber towel or a t-shirt. That's what I do. I use a big t-shirt to dry my hair, because using a regular towel, the material it is, it'll make your hair frizzy and it'll dry your hair out. So I typically go for t-shirts. I don't have any microfiber towels, I just don't. And also another tip is to rinse your hair with cold water. It's okay to like use hot water to open your pores and everything, but when you rinse, when you do the final rinse, make sure you use cold water and then dry with a t-shirt or microfiber towel. That'll also help with the frizz and the dryness. So my last tip is kind of funny, okay, and it is to not let just anybody play in your hair. And this is so important, y'all. Like, when dealing with natural hair, your hair is very like set in its ways, you know. Like, what works for your hair works, what doesn't. And if you're going to just anyone that you don't know, they're gonna use what they typically use in everyone else's hair, and what works for everyone else might not work for you. So that's why it's good to just do your hair yourself, because you know what works in your hair. And you know, you might go to this hairstylist and she might use a shampoo that has sulfates in it, you know, and your hair might not come out the best. Why? Because she's using a shampoo that has sulfates in it, and you don't typically use that, so your hair is all out of whack now, and you done paid for somebody to do your hair and it's not worth it. Okay, make sure you know who's doing your hair, what she's using, what type of style you want. Just do your research. It's very important, because not everybody knows how to deal with natural hair. You want to make sure that you're getting, you know, what you pay for. That wraps up this video, you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. It wasn't really a long video, but I just wanted to share those tips with y'all, those do's and don'ts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more uploads, and I thank you guys once again. I'll see you next time.